Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Football United TV and United across the globe, where we talk all things Man United. And I'm joined by the Man United agendas, Solo and Mr. B. Let's get it on. Yes, everybody, welcome back to United across the globe. I'm joined by two special guests today from the best channel there is for Man United in the universe. Because I say universe because we all know talks from Mars, so we have to go outside of the earth here on this one. The Man United agendas, Solo and Mr. B. Guys, how you doing? You all right?
Good.
Brilliant to be back. Ain't been on here for a long time. And the intro, I gotta say, great intro.
Thank you very much, mate. You know, I'm bigging you up guys, because you're doing so great at the moment. And, you know, you hit 1K as well. It's amazing work, you know.
Cheers, man.
Woo!
Cheers. You'll be there soon, bro. You're there. We've got you. You'll definitely be there soon.
We'll get there, but, you know.
We've got you.
It is what it is. I enjoy it either way, man. Let's delve right into it then. I was on your show yesterday actually talking about this, and I wanted to know your two's thoughts because you both weren't on there, and I felt like maybe you might be different in your opinions on whether Rudiger should be going to Man United. Now, it's not necessarily 100% that it's going to happen. They're just in the race for him. I know Real Madrid are pretty much interested. Do you think Rudiger from Chelsea to Man United should be the way forward for us? Or do you think it's a bit hasty, seeing as he's injury prone, etc.? Solo?
Rudiger, Jesus. It's a difficult one because with Rudiger, it's only, I think, it's like where we used to take the mickey of the idiot, the clown at Liverpool. Great defender, probably one of the best in the world at the moment, to be fair to him. But at the same time, we always say, oh, he's only a season and a half wonder. He's only done something for half a season, and that's VD. The issue we have at the moment with Rudiger has only been really and truly good for Chelsea in the last sort of half season maybe. I know obviously he lost his place in Germany, but now he's a very sort of like stern, steady starter for Germany in the centre-back. Whether or not he'd be good enough for Manchester United, I'm not 100% sure, you know. I don't know, because I look at Bailly, a player like Bailly, and I think to myself, Bailly can actually come in and actually do that job. The only difference between him and Bailly is Bailly can't stay fit for 5 minutes. But I don't see the money we're going to get him. Yes, if we were to buy him outright, it will cost a bit. But he's on about 160, 170k a week at Chelsea at the moment.
140, and he is 140. It will be a free transfer because he is out of contract.
Yeah, but he comes to Man United. You know what's going to happen? It's going to go from 130, 140. He's going to want 300k minimum. But the good thing with that is United wouldn't have to pay a transfer fee for that. But back to your question, the answer is for me, no, I wouldn't take Rudiger at Man United.
Cool. I'm glad you said that, Mr. B. I mean, I think maybe you might be in agreement there. Is that why you're laughing a little bit? You're thankful that Solo said that?
He went through all of that and just said, "Oh right, I've waffled on it now." Here's
No.
Yeah. I know it's like anything else. I think Rudiger's only started playing because he's got a year left on his contract and he wants to impress. He didn't nail down a place any time before under Lampard, before Tuchel. So I'm not really a Rudiger fan. I also heard, I don't know who told me, that he played better in a 3 than a 2.
He does, yes.
So why are we taking a defender who plays in a 3 and crap in a 2 when we play with a 2? So no, for me, Rudiger's a no. I know he's on a 3, and he's probably better than Phil Jones, but I'm not. I'm not interested in Rudiger.
I'd rather play Phil Jones, actually, Mr. B, than get Rudiger.
That puts Rudiger down very low, doesn't it? Saying that, you know what I mean?
Listen, Phil Jones can play in a 4. It's fine. He can play in a 4. He can even play at right back. So there you go.
I just thought he couldn't play football, but you're telling me he can. Okay.
Phil Jones can play football, man. Phil Jones can play. You just bad-minded people.
He wouldn't make a very good model with his facial features when he, is tackling. You've seen it, you know what I mean?
Oh, we have, believe you me.
Very, very strange face. Talk. Welcome in, bro. How you doing?
Yeah, evening. What's happening?
All good, mate. Look, we was talking about it yesterday, weren't we? And you said about Rudiger, and you said the fact that Rangnick wants him in. If you have to trust Rangnick, if he feels he's the sort of player that he wants in, do you think that's the case? And would you like to see Rudiger in, or do you think it's just a bit hasty?
Well, like I said, I mean, realistically speaking, you have to go with what this guy's plans are. That's all we can do. We can't, we can't alter anything. But as a personal preference, depending on the figures that are being spoke about, then you know what? As long as Bailly isn't going to go the other way, I'd be like, well, okay, give him a whirl then. But I wouldn't go out of my way to sign this guy. Like Mr. B says, and we mentioned yesterday, he's quite obviously more suited to a 3 than a 2. So, I don't know. I mean, I don't see it happening anyway, if I'm honest. I just don't see it.
It's just one of those things. It's one of those players. I mean, every player, like I've said, gets pushed out to Man United. We are linked to everybody, even players that are 50 years old will be linked. Honestly, I think some of them are even dead and we're still linked to them.
I've been linked with Man United, mate. But I can't. I've got to go play for Mr. B's team.
Oh, wicked. But the thing, though, guy, is I know we're sitting there and we're laughing about the whole Rudiger situation, but am I right in saying there is actual rumours around Rangnick actually is very impressed with Phil Jones in training?
Yes.
So, again, Phil Jones, he's still got, another 2 years on his contract? 3 years on his contract, I believe. He signed a new contract when, was it under Jose or was it Ole? I can't remember who he signed a contract under, a new one. But apparently Rangnick is very impressed with him in training. So he must be doing something right in training for that. So why would we go out then and get a player to bring in a more, put on a wage structure, unless we will be getting rid of the likes of Phil Jones and a few other players?
Please tell me we've got a Philippe Jones playing in the under-18, and it's not who you're talking about. Okay, that is strange, isn't it, Mr. B? What Solo said there. I mean, no other manager really since Alex Ferguson has seen the quality in Phil Jones. Suddenly, Rangnick now sees something in him.
He is going. I don't know what Solo's talking about. I think he's just on here to cause trouble today. There's no Phil Jones. Come on, man. Just get him going in January. Let him go to Everton or Newcastle where he can get some game time, because it's ridiculous.
But I'm going to go back and forth with the Man United agenda here. But with it, Mr. B, with Telles and Dallo, don't you think every single United fan, apart from probably would say on Monday, who believe in these two players and everyone wanted these players to go and leave Manchester United, all of a sudden now they're guaranteed start a week in, week out for Manchester United?
What does that have to do with Phil Jones?
I'm just saying. They could turn the corner. I'm saying he could turn the corner.
Yeah, but when he turns a corner, Phil Jones, he gets injured. Like he gets injured. He's not even playing football. He'll be eating food at Nando's. He'll get an injury. I don't know what he's doing in his life. He was on the lockdown talk 1 second before you go in. He was on the lockdown and he got injured in a lockdown. How on earth do you do that? Talk, please.
We don't know what goes on behind closed doors. That's all I'll say on that one. But let me just say, let's not forget what Alex Ferguson said about Phil Jones. Who did he compare? I'll ask you the question. This is a quiz question. Who did he compare Phil Jones to?
God.
Amondi.
Yep,
I'm on there.
Monday.
1-0 to out.
There's no way Phil Jones is getting any game time under Ranić. I can't believe that he is playing that well that Ranić would contemplate picking him over anybody.
Well, I'll tell you
compare
who
him
it was.
to?
If you don't know,
Yeah.
I don't know. No, you didn't answer the question, so you don't know who he compared him.
I said Yap Stam. I said
No,
Yap Stam.
you're wrong. Solo,
Okay.
give me an answer.
Oh
Who did-
God, who did he
who
do
did-
it as?
It's got to be someone
Come on, cast
obscure,
your
isn't
mind
it?
back.
I don't. Listen, I'm just going to throw it out there. It's probably going to be like a Steve Bruce or something. I can't remember. I remember the
No.
quote he did, but
Yeah.
I can't remember the player.
No, it was Duncan Edwards. Yeah. Now then,
Is Duncan Edwards? Sorry, just not to be rude. Duncan Edwards has passed away, yeah?
Yeah.
So he's going to be playing like the one that's in the coffin.
At the time, though, but you got to look at the players, how you can sort of judge a player, sort of similarizing each other over a period. But obviously, I'm not going to go with talk there and do the whole comparison. I'm talking about Ranić right now. Believe in that
this
player.
is what I'm saying. This is what I'm getting at. So aware is if 1 second.
Duncan Edwards was a legend, mate. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I know the rumor. I know what talk's saying. He
Right.
did say it. He did say it.
So when you put that into context, then in terms of now, then we had Alex Ferguson at the club, and now we've got somebody who has got a great eye for a player. We know that. Look at the players he's brought through and who he's brought on. So maybe, just maybe, if he is seeing something in Phil Jones and what he's seen from past footage, because you can guarantee, on a serious note, you can guarantee he has been looking at footage of Phil Jones before his injuries, and he's looking at him and thinking, you know what, actually, wait a minute, this could work. This could work. He could actually make this work. And do you know what? We may all be surprised that if he's fit to play, you know what he said, didn't you? I'm going to give everybody a chance. I'm going to give people a chance. So for me, I'm happy to go, you know what, okay then. On your head, be it, Ralph. Give him a chance.
Yeah.
Give
Also,
Jones a chance.
Can I throw in Solo though? Who would you rather then? Phil Jones or Varane?
well, it's going to be Varane, but at the same time, I'm looking at a player who's struggling for form right now, but no one's calling the player out. Is going to be Harry Maguire, struggling for form, but he's starting week in, week out. Why can't other players around him basically get the opportunity?
Mr. B, please.
He's struggling for form. I know. Mr. B's laughing, but he's actually struggling for form.
I don't
But
care.
I'm not saying. Obviously, you've got other players.
You're talking about Phil Jones, Solo, please.
Yes, I
Come
know
on,
I'm talking
man.
about Phil Jones. But listen, I'm not saying Phil Jones is the greatest player in Man United or whatever. What I'm trying to get at is the manager has come in and has said he's impressed with him. That's all I'm saying. He actually publicly made that statement. That
Maybe he's good at parking his car.
Would he come in? Would he come in and go, "I'm not impressed with him"? He'd never say he wasn't impressed with anybody.
No, but he wouldn't. But from what we're doing here, we don't know what's going on. Like what talks there, we don't know what's going on behind the scene. But we only taking things from what we're hearing to say he's impressed with him.
Sounds like it sounds to me like Phil Jones is bringing in like chocolates for the manager or something.
Hold on. Let's not forget. Listen, when you're the mastermind of a plan, and you can see that plan in your head, right, and you then see the tools that are put in front of you, you know which ones are going to work and which aren't.
Yeah.
So he's definitely seen something in Phil Jones. There's no two ways about it.
Yeah. Can I ask you guys a question though?
Yeah, please.
With Henderson, when Klopp came in, what was Liverpool fans, almost 90% Liverpool fans were saying about Jordan Henderson?
He was rubbish.
Shouldn't be nowhere near the club.
Yeah.
Now, look at Jordan Henderson.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is Phil Jones we're talking
Oh,
about.
it doesn't matter. That's what I'm trying to say. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
You've got an agenda
Under
against
new
Phil
manager,
Jones,
under new manager, it could work. I'm not saying it will work.
I agree.
But I'm saying on a new manager, a new regime, it might work because Phil Jones, again, for me as Man United, is a no-nonsense defender. He put his body on the line for that club.
Yeah.
And no one can tell me different. No one can tell me different about him.
Let me ask you a question. I'll ask you one by one, Matt. Would you give Phil Jones an opportunity under Ranić if he's fit?
No, he's
Okay.
been there so long. He didn't even get a testimonial. Everyone
He
forgot.
chose
about
not
it.
to. He chose not to. He chose not to
Well, that
because of
shows
fans.
everything.
No. He chose
have a
not to.
What?
He chose not to because of the abuse he was getting off his own fans.
But it was legitimate stuff. Some of
No,
it.
but
When
I
it's about
don't-
on the field stuff.
But
like,
the thing for me is, for me as a person, as a human being, I don't agree with that though. That's the difference. That's where I'm probably different from a lot of people. Because for
Yeah,
me, I don't see.
yeah,
I
yeah.
think he's been at the club long enough. He's served. He's won trophies for us, and at the end of the day, give him the opportunity.
he has, but he's had that opportunity. I mean, we could say the same with like Nani. We could say that same thing with Tuan Zabi. Like, they should have got their opportunities, and they've been pushed aside. And like, we're giving Phil Jones an opportunity after how long?
But Phil Jones, when Randy came in the club, Phil Jones is still at the club. These
I
guys
know,
ain't
I
at
don't
the
know
club.
why. I don't know why.
Nobody would buy him.
Wait. Hold on a sec.
You got a new contract, Mr. B.
We can't listen. Are we now putting ourselves in a position then where we're going to be second guessing and questioning Ralph Rangnick's ability to pick the right players to go and do what he wants them to do? We can't do that.
You're right.
He's not giving us any reason to do that because
No,
until he fails, until he starts to fail, then we can say, yeah, okay, that's because you chose X, Y, and Z. That's why that hasn't worked, or we got beat, or we lost in this final, or we lost out on this trophy, whatever. But as it stands right now, we ain't in that position. So for me, I will trust him and trust his judgment.
Give everyone the opportunity.
But before we move on to the next subject, talk just one thing about that. Were you not a bit worried when he compared him to Duncan Edwards? Is that not something that kind of
Alex Ferguson.
When he signed him,
Phil Jones, he could play midfield as well, and you could see. I remember my dad saying to me about this guy, and I was like, "Well, sorry, all right, let's have a look." And I remember watching him in a few games, thinking, "Wow, this guy's." If you can go back and look at games he played in where he's playing, whatever position he was playing at, and you can see he has got something about him, Phil Jones. And you know what? We all take the mickey and mock because of injury and the blah blah blah. In terms of the contracts thing, everybody's saying, "Oh, he's getting $100,000 a week doing nothing." That's not his fault. That is not his fault. That's the club. He gave him a contract.
He has been a decent servant. I'm not saying that, but he hasn't been in the side. He hasn't been on the subs bench. And then you just go, right, we'll give him an opportunity.
To the manager though, but you got to remember, also remember the same manager basically were putting Jadon Sancho, wanted Jadon Sancho desperately, and all of a sudden had Jadon Sancho placed on the bench. You got to think of a manager who's been sitting there, have Donny van der Beek, probably one of the most intelligent footballers we've got at the club, sitting on the bench, not getting game time.
Fucking hell,
Mr. B's not having it tonight.
Do you mean Donny van der Beek or Aaron Wan-Bissaka?
Donny, mate. Donny. All about Donny.
I should have called this the Phil Jones show. I really should have. I'm glad I haven't talked about him for a very long time, since the salmon boots and the penalty miss. That's the last time I talked about him.
This will be easier. Come to me, please, Matt, first. After you've
Do what?
You know what it is, Matt? You know what the problem is? Is because the simple fact is Mr. B's upset with me because I said about Fred and Martial the other day, and he's still holding it. Who would he pick? Fred or Martial?
It's difficult because they're both different positions.
No, don't worry about position. If you had to pick one, which one would you pick? Don't worry about position.
Martial.
No, Mr. B's already spoke. No.
Martial, yeah.
No, Fred. He takes Fred.
He said Fred.
Did you?
He's already spoke. There's no going back, no backtracking. You can't rewind.
Can't moonwalk around here.
Yeah.
I never said Fred, though, right?
What?
I never said Fred, though, right?
No, you didn't, but we're asking you a question.
Good. Because I would pick Martial over Fred, yeah.
Why?
Okay.
Let's ask you a question now. Let's reverse it now. You just spoke about Phil Jones, yeah?
Yeah.
You just spoke about Phil Jones. Mr. B's holding his face. You just spoke about Phil Jones. Martial has only had one good season at Manchester United.
Yeah.
18-19.
2.
1.
2.
I'm not giving him that bogus season where he scored 11
But isn't
goals.
he won the Europa League, the FA Cup?
So was Phil
Carabao
Jones.
Cup.
So was Phil Jones.
Yeah,
and the Premier League as well.
He could get blood out of a stone. And he did that with Phil Jones. I just like Martial as a player, and it's different. It is different for me because Fred's doing better right now. I want to see more from him, but that's a difficult question.
Sorry, Matt. I'm on here. I'm on here preaching about Fred because Fred's my guy. That's why. Sorry.
I know you
Carry
love
on.
Fred to me is just he needs to move on as well. But I will get into that another day. Let's read some comments out quickly. Rebel from Man United Agenda. Big up, Matt. 50% of this weekend's Premier League fixtures cancelled. We are going to get onto that topic in a minute. Got to wonder how many games they will need to cancel before they freeze the season for a few weeks. All right, lads, from Christmas time with Vaughan.
Yes. Big up.
The best bath seller there is in the UK. Rebel. He is. He admits that himself. He does say that. He does say that. Rudiger is hopeless in a 2. He's Dejan Lovren level. I agree with that. Bro,
you remember that comment he made? He was the best. Was it Lovren that made that comment that he was the best centre back in the world, and then he got roasted the next game?
I've heard some things. I've heard Nicholas Bentner say he was the best in the world as well.
I remember it more a lemon he was, man.
Oh, yeah, that went downhill straight after that comment, didn't it? Do clip from this show count for the takeaway? Yeah, you probably have actually. You've done some right.
He's basically clipping. He's trying to clip me saying about Phil Jones getting in the team. That's what he's doing.
You know, Phil Jones has allegedly really impressed Ranić.
Yeah,
he wants more money. Clearly.
He wants more money.
I just think for me, it was time for Phil Jones to move on. But if you see something great, that's good. Talking about another player that I think probably should leave. Lingard heading towards the exit door. Is he going solo? Is he staying? Should he stay? Should he go? Let us know. What do you think?
You come to me first. I think you wanted it first. Talk wanted it first.
Oh, go on and talk
first.
Jump in. Jump in.
You've got to go. You cannot under any circumstances be posting yourself in another team shirt. End of story. Gotta go. Bye bye. Au revoir.
Explain the story.
Well, he put a picture, or he liked, or he retweeted, or he did some, or he Instagrammed. I don't know how Instagram works, but there was a picture of him in the West Ham shirt while he's now under contract at Manchester United, whilst at Manchester United. So it wasn't while he was on loan at West Ham, which would have been fine. But no, he's come back to United. Then he goes and posts this picture, as if to say, "This is where I'm going, or this is where I want to go, and I'm not bothered because you've not given me what I want. So I'm going to put this picture up." Who do you think you are? No, don't work like that, right? You don't do that. You can. If I'll tell you someone now, if Alex Ferguson was here right now, Jesse Lingard would be training with the kids. Let me tell you that right now. He will not stand for that. You can't do that at Manchester United. You just don't do it.
Yeah, he'd get spanked if it was the 70s, wouldn't he? If his school teacher to get the old ruler out. Lingard.
I remember that. Hey, I remember that at school, right? I remember I used to get the wasp. Fear of the wasp. You know the old plimsolls? Yeah. Yeah. Our headmaster had a plimsoll, and in the bottom he had these. You get these for schools, extra long drawing pins, and he pushed the drawing pin through the end of it, so the end spiky bit, honestly, sticking out, and you'd get the wasp. Honestly, do you know what I used to do? Listen to this. What I used to do, if I was ever naughty, which was a few times, right, a day, they'd say, right, you go to the headmaster, you go to the headmaster, you get the wasp, and they'd send you with a note to the headmaster. So I'd take this note, and then just go into the toilets, get some water, rub my eyes like crazy, and then get water on the end of my fingers and then drip it on my eyes so it looks like it's tears, and then like just before I go back into class, and then go in the class and the teacher be like, "That's what happens. That's what you get," and I'd be tending to cry. I got away with it a good few times until I got caught, and then I got wasp down, mate.
What school did you go to? Guantanamo Bay High School. Bloody hell.
Mate, I tell you, it was bad.
That's brutal. If anyone says I'm bringing out the wasp, then I know,
man,
run for cover. So, what was we saying? We were talking about Lingard.
He's saying Lingard to go. Talk was saying Lingard to go because he's wearing someone else's shirt. I honestly sit there and you know what I say? I do not give two hoots if he did do it. And the reason I don't care, he could have done that well before whilst he was at West Ham. None of us know when that photograph came out whatsoever. At the end of the day, providing he put that Manchester United jersey on and gives his all, I could not care less if he's posting things up. all I want him to do is go out. When he scored, if he comes on again, I know Mr. B, I think, must have said it. Someone asked him the question before because we've had this conversation before about this. If he went out and imagine we made the Champions League final, we're 0-0. He comes on as a sub, scored the winner. You're telling me you ain't going to celebrate it? Simple.
I'll celebrate the goal. I'm not celebrating Lingard.
Yeah, I celebrate Phil Jones scoring a goal, but I don't want Phil Jones there. But you know, it's the same thing. Yeah,
I'll embrace it.
And let's just get the timeline straight. He retweeted it while at Manchester United. Okay,
there you go. Then.
The picture was taken when he was at West Ham. Fine, but don't retweet. He's taken a mickey. I don't care how vexed he is with the hierarchy at Old Trafford. Don't mock the club. No, I think Lingard should be going.
Yeah, it's a pure mockery, I guess, isn't it?
Because I'll ask you the question. Sorry, Matt. I'm sorry to interrupt you there, but listen, let me just ask you the question. How does that reflect on the youth at the club? And this is exactly what I'm talking about with Alex Ferguson. Alex Ferguson will not gone off his nuts at that because of the influence that has on the youngsters at the club, thinking, "Oh, that's all right." No way is it. No way is that all right. No way is that all right. No chance. I'd have said if that was me.
Lingard, mate.
I tell you what, I don't care. If I'm the manager of Manchester United at that time and he does that, he ain't getting anywhere near training.
Nope.
He's off. First opportunity, you've gone. Ciao.
I guess I guess Ranić should be kind of like a hardball, like Arteta is with Aubameyang at the moment.
Ranić's going to give every player an opportunity at Manchester United for the time being, and I don't even think he will even look at him wearing a football like someone else's jersey. I don't think it will even faze him or bothers him.
Yeah, but didn't he come out and say, like, if I only want players that want to play here, if they come out...
Yeah, that's fine. But wearing a different player jersey isn't sitting there saying, I don't want to play for Man United, is it?
Yes, it is. So what is it then? Sorry,
it's not.
What is it then?
Okay, how do we know he's not West Ham? Well, obviously, I know he's a Man United fan. I was going to say...
Yeah,
but I was going to say, no, for me, listen, at the end of it, as a youngster, I'm a Man United fan. I used to wear Juventus tops when I was younger.
Yeah,
doesn't mean to say I support Juventus. I wouldn't wear a Chelsea top.
You work in McDonald's and you work in with a Burger King top on. Ain't people going to be mad?
I don't think. You know what?
Yeah,
I think we're overthinking it, and I honestly believe if he went there and he plays for Manchester United, he puts on that Man United jersey and he gives it 110% week in, week out, it would not bother me whatsoever. So to be honest with you,
Mr. B's right, Solo, because he's right. If you're working in McDonald's, you got a Burger King shirt, right? And they go,
McDonald's. That's McDonald's on thingy. They rip off Burger King. I don't go Burger King.
They go, look, it's fine. You can like Burger King, but just don't wear the Burger King shirt when you're here in our establishment because we are McDonald's. So
you never know. He could have borrowed his brother's shirt. His brother could be a West Ham fan. You never know. He could have run out of tops.
But why wear it? Why it doesn't matter whose shirt it is. Why would you wear it?
On a serious side, I know what you guys are saying. I do understand what you're saying, but for me, things like that don't bother me. It doesn't bother me one bit.
I know it seems petty, but it's the integrity. You're going against everything that you're supposed to be when you play for Manchester United. Just by doing that one action.
I think I'll take that with a pinch of salt. I think we're overthinking it. I'll take that with a pinch of salt.
Nah,
that's me.
I'll tell you what, they're not. If any of the people who work for you come into where you work and they've got an opposing store's
doesn't, mate. Trust me, does not bother me. Doesn't bother me one bit. Trust me when I tell you that. Trust me when I tell you that. Doesn't bother me one bit. Providing they come in and they put a shift in, it doesn't bother me in the slightest.
He's got you. He's got you with it. Okay.
I'll accept it, but I don't believe it.
Right, next, we're just going to read a few more comments because there's loads coming in here. Where were we at? Here we go. Rebel, yes, indeed. Vaughn, I suspect Ranić thought he was only going to be useful as a doorstop or something.
You're talking about Phil Jones.
I think so.
Yeah.
Phil won't see a sniff, man. Will get in the min he sees grass in a game. Don't forget Rudiger's 2 knee surgeries. Yeah, that's correct. Long live Phil Jones. I love that man.
Thank you.
Imagine if Donny got benched for CM Phil Jones. Phil doing great job as the water boy. That's high quality H2O. Christmas time with Vaughn. Jose did.
So the best out of him. So this is the season where we Jose went and won the League Cup and the Europa League as well. And Phil Jones played in that defense throughout the whole thing, and everyone was criticizing him then. And I think since Ferguson era, it was the best. Defensive record we had in the Premier League. We conceded 18 goals that season, and Phil Jones played every game.
I don't care.
Mr.
I don't care.
I don't care. You might have said the million goals.
Yeah, I don't care. Phil Jones isn't good enough for Old Trafford. I'm sorry.
Yeah, there you go. That's what he said. So Christmas time with Vaughan got the same thing as well. What we're talking about.
You've paid him. Obviously, he's looking for that shirt later.
Vaughan, have we give you any kind of recompense for such statements? Please clear that up. Let us know.
And moving on quickly because we got to finish up. Brighton game postponed this weekend. Should this weekend be football free? Mr. B, go for you first, mate. What do you think?
Well, I mean, half of the game's already gone.
That's right.
I want them to know what they're doing because my fantasy league has taken a battering this week already.
Don't worry about nothing else.
I'm really worried that I'm going to have 2 players playing next week. On a serious note, I think they should maybe shut it down for a couple of weeks.
Well, you know, the Premier League come out an hour ago, Mr. B, and said that they're still continuing to do it. About an hour or 2 ago, yeah.
I don't know how reliable the source is, but I'm not going to say who it's from. But there is a possibility the Premier League will be suspended up until the 8th of January, and it will be the FA Cup the next time it comes out. Not sure where the source is coming from, but I'm just saying possibility.
I've seen that myself. No, I've seen that myself as well. So
possibility.
And you know what? For me, I think, listen, just because of the way everything's going now, with all these games being postponed, we're going into a World Cup in this time next year. The season's going to have to finish. I think does it finish early? And there's going to be a gap in it also. So, you know what? Listen, there's plenty of time for them to just go, you know what? Let's just halt things right now as a block and then extend the season by that block and carry on from there. They cannot be going like, let's just play this, that, and that game, but all the rest are postponed. And then maybe we can wait 10 days, whatever days till they come back. Then we'll be able to try and fit. They're going to cause themselves all kinds of crazy issues. Just put the kibosh on it right now. And just stop the lot. That's what I think.
Yeah. Sorry, I just was reading this comment for you, Talk. Put the whiskey away.
I don't drink whiskey, Rebel. I don't drink whiskey. I don't drink.
There you go.
No.
Mr. B's going to be like, you're missing out.
Cheers, everybody. Happy holidays.
Cheers.
Yeah, look at Matt now. Look, everybody's on the booze. What's going on here? You could have told me it was a party. I didn't know.
Salute.
It's always a party on here, Talk. You know that. Right, let's read out some comments and then we'll finish off. Then he said he'd have a bath with me. I agreed with him. Who?
He's agreed with Solo.
He didn't just put a shirt on and do a selfie of himself. He liked to post from West Ham of him wearing a jersey when he was there.
When he was there, but he did. No, he had his top on and he was doing his thing.
Yeah. Totally disrespecting. This is can't even get it out. The decision is made. You're on your travels, son. Au revoir.
I will agree about his heart, Vaughan, but sometimes he put his body in places that could only result in injury or a really funny looking face.
Didn't he nearly break his neck as well? Playing in the game. I can't remember what game it was.
Neck.
He nearly, something like that. Yeah, nearly, not break it, nearly.
You're making him out like to be Mike Tyson. You remember when he was like spinal?
No, he did. He basically came back from an injury, and I can't remember what game it was. but he actually went, and as he put his head down into the ground, basically it bounced up, and he was out for quite a long time.
I've seen the picture. I didn't.
Yeah,
I didn't realize he broke his neck though.
Chris, oh wow! Christmas time with Vaughan. Jesus.
What's he saying? What?
I've never seen Solo this aggressive. Normally, looks at me.
Looks like he's being harassed by a wasp.
Is that the same wasp talk?
No, it might be. Yeah, it might be Solo. Sorry about that, bro.
You know what it is? Yeah, it's the strangest thing. Yeah, Christmas time with Vaughan. If I'm not hosting, I can give it, but when I'm hosting, I try to be very sort of level-headed and try not to get involved too much with the discussion.
Yeah, because you end up talking shit about Phil flipping Jones.
Nah, Phil Jones is great. It's that Mr. B.
He's got you on the Lovren thing, though. Look, he did make a World Cup final and Champions League final that season.
He did.
Yeah, he didn't win either, though, did he?
No.
There you go, then. You're getting out for coming second, mate. I'm just saying, go. Nothing in this game for two in a bed.
Imagine the scenes in the Talk household when he found out what Pogba did before Leipzig.
I think he did something as well. He did something very similar in a shirt as well.
Whoa. What's all that about then?
Yeah, I
Why
think
have
he
I
did.
not heard about this?
Raiola said it. It was Raiola that said it. It was Raiola. It wasn't
That's
Pogba.
why
Yeah, it wasn't Pogba. It was the agent. Really good news about agents today. Have you heard about that?
Yeah, they can only get 10p a pound out of the pound now.
Oh, it's brilliant. I heard one on TalkSport this morning. An agent.
So they can only get what?
They're only
every
getting 10%.
pound. From every
10%.
pound.
No way.
Yeah, they got that. That's it. And you know what they said though?
Are you serious?
Yeah, the FIFA said if you don't like it, then why don't you go and do agencies somewhere else, like in Hollywood or something? Because we're not having it here anymore. So Mino Raiola and all that, they're
Oh, he's gonna be screwing.
I reckon he'll call. If you watch TalkSport, I reckon he'll call in the next week. So keep your eyes peeled.
I doubt that very much, but do you know what? The amount of money that they've already made, these super agents and somebody not super agents, is quite sickening. To be fair, and you know what?
Go back to that comment there. You've gone past the comment. I want Mr. B and Thing to see there.
Jesse Lingard has every right to be proud of his form at West Ham. Agreed. He wasn't involved in any of the capitulations this season, and apart from one back pass, he's been excellent when called on.
I've actually got the right thing now. It's like someone wearing a shirt of their ex-girlfriend when they're with their girlfriend. You don't wear the shirt with the picture of your ex-girlfriend.
Or even worse, saying the ex's name whilst having a passionate moment.
I've done it loads of time. Don't worry about it. No, not that part, but calling the name whilst I'm out. Massive conversation. I'll be like, so listen, I've done it. So it's all right. I've gone around like my family and basically having a conversation, and the name came out. So you know,
it's when you say
what under the bridge? What under the bridge?
Hold on a minute. Wait, so long. I'm going to ask you this quietly now. Where's your missus right now, bro? Is she in your house?
Yes.
Shh. Bro, shh.
That's fine, mate. That's water under the bridge. Like I said, that's who I am. Water under the bridge.
Oh, we've got a comment here from Solo's girlfriend, Mrs. Here we go. Look.
Bring it up.
You're dead.
I can hear something. Oh, no. I can hear something. Yeah, it's a wasp. It's a wasp. There's a wasp headed. Oh, mate.
Last but not least, we are finishing up. Big up Monday, mate.
Yes, big up Monday.
No, big up.
You should scroll back and check this out. There was a few laughs. I did get ticket pink. I definitely did. This has been a very good show with you guys. We'll end it up there. Thank you, everybody, for coming in. That was brilliant. Got through quite a few things. Good bit of banter. And because there's no games at the moment, I guess it's just good to chat football.
Hold on a minute, though. There's a game about to kick off in there, is it?
Liverpool playing
Newcastle.
Yeah.
Newcastle. So Newcastle, Liverpool, and
Chelsea, isn't it?
Chelsea
Yeah,
are playing as
Chelsea's on
well.
at 8 o'clock. Yeah, I think Liverpool 7:45. Chelsea. At 8
No.
o'clock.
Chelsea at 7:45 against Everton, and then Liverpool and Newcastle at 8 o'clock. But I was just wondering if, because apparently, let me just wait a minute, where is it? Apparently, I read something somewhere where that some of the Liverpool players had also been tested positive, Virgil van Dijk and some others. So I don't know what's going to happen there.
No idea. Can't tell you.
I agree with what you guys said. Just scrap it for now.
Scrap it.
Cut out the circulation of the corona. I mean, stop it spreading if it is spreading around. Everybody.
There you go.
Yeah.
Vaughan's put it in. Liverpool have a lot of players out, Van Dijk, etc. There you go.
Right.
How are they gonna? Is he gonna be happy with that, Jurgen Klopp? Is he gonna say, yeah, okay, then we'll go on and play?
He will though, because that team, because of the way they're set up, they'll go out and beat anyone on their day, mate. That's the difference between Liverpool and a lot of teams.
I mean, let's be honest. They play Newcastle. Van Dijk didn't even need to play.
well, that's true. Yeah.
There
But
you go.
let's say it goes south for him and they get beat. What then? Is he going to be happy and accept?
He will make an excuse
yeah.
then, won't he? But if he's going to go out and play, let him play it.
If Newcastle win tonight, Kieran Trippier will be there tomorrow. There you go.
Yep, there you go.
He probably will go there. I'm pretty sure he will. I don't see why he does, because he probably could win the Liga this year.
He won't go nowhere. He won't go. He won't go. He will stay.
Yeah, no, I agree. He was linked to us, wasn't he? But I don't think that'll happen.
I don't want him.
Okay,
fair enough. Right, fair enough. If he did, he did. You know what I mean? So did Bayern Munich with Champions League, etc.
We just mentioned whilst we're here now, Fabrizio Romano saying Manchester United have not opened any talks to sign Frankie de Jong in January, despite the rumours. So that puts the kibosh on that.
That's because of the agents. They're all like scurrying away now, like worried about
taking their players with them. Can't hear you, Mr. B.
Sorry, Raiola's going to be sorry. Raiola's going to be screwing his face off. I'm just trying to work out what he would have got from Haaland. He was talking about 50 million extra.
Yeah,
even if they sell Haaland for 150, he's going to make 15 million pounds.
From the Pogba deal, he got 19 million from the Pogba deal, didn't he?
Yeah, but who was it who said? I heard it. I heard it somewhere. I don't know where it was, but like the agent, like Raiola, one deal, got 101% of the transfer.
Yeah, no, 112% to be
112%. How crazy is that? So that means if we sold Paul Pogba,
yeah, you're right.
For whatever it was, what was it? 90. I don't know, 90 million. That means
I think Man United actually. I think if I'm right to say, I believe, if I'm correct, Man United only paid a £40 million for Pogba, and the rest of it was agent fee. I believe so.
And that's the thing about the agents.
The rest was it.
The fact that usually when you got actors, right, it's the actor that pays the agent. But when it's with football, it's the club. The agent. So now it will.
Crazy,
that's why he got 112%, because his player was actually giving him money on top of the club giving him money. So he was actually making 112%. He was making more than anyone in that.
It's crazy, isn't it?
That's actually, we'll talk about that on the Football Politics on Monday if anybody fancies coming in. But that's it. We're finishing up now. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. If you didn't watch it from the start,
cheers, Matt.
Cheers, Matt. Brilliant being on it.
Let's do the
Missed it, mate. Missed it, bro.
Oh, thank you for gate crashing, mate.
That's fine. I had to bring the entertainment, innit? I couldn't let Mr. B get away with everything tonight, man. I had to come and sort of,
I thought we were just going to get along here today.
No. When I'm not hosting, I told you, Matt, when I'm not hosting, I'm here.
You are, aren't you? Like Eminem at a freestyle battle, aren't you? He's not getting a record. He's an animal now. He's coming for you. Polo, where can we find you apart from the best?
Oh, God.
United Talk. Where can we find
Well, you can find me on Football United TV sometime. Not all the time. Quite busy at the moment these days, but I will be back here for a special, Matt, with you next week. I believe so.
Special,
Christmas special. I'll be back.
All the Man United agenda to join us for that if they can next Thursday at 9 o'clock p.m. for 20 minutes. 20 minutes.
Yeah, brilliant. And you
You're
can
right.
find me on the Man United Agenda YouTube channel. We are giving you the chance to win yourself a Bruno Fernandes football shirt tonight. So if you haven't subscribed, jump on it quickly, subscribe, and stand a chance to win it. And that's where you can find me, the Man United Agenda.
Thank you, Solo. And yeah, go on there, people. Get yourself a Bruno Fernandes signed shirt. And well done to the Man United Agenda for getting over 1K. Mr. B, fellow DJ.
You can find me the same place as Solo, causing trouble on the Man United Agenda. Watch alongs Friday night with Talk, my partner in crime.
Yes.
Oh yeah, yeah. Man United Agenda. I'm on Twitter, but I don't have time to read Twitter, so yeah. Man United Agenda every day.
Cheers, Mr. B. Thanking you, mate. Talk.
Yes.
Oh,
Same as.
Same
Everywhere.
goes. Everywhere, yeah.
No, not everywhere. No. Used to be. But not anymore. No. No, you find me on this channel as well. A great channel. So yeah, if you aren't subscribed, please subscribe to Matt and give him some support. The top bloke. And yeah, you can see from my name there, the Man United Agenda. And I'll just want to echo what Saul's just said. Get in there tonight, R8. Give yourself a chance. If you're not already subscribed, just go over, subscribe. And then you know what? If your name gets called out, you're going to win a signed Bruno Fernandes shirt. I mean, come on. You know what I mean?
Bring it on. And guys, remember, yes, we're the Man United Agenda, but this is Football United TV, and they're 5 away from 700 subscribers, guys. So please hit that like, share, and subscribe. And remember, I always say on the United Agenda, without you, there wouldn't be a channel. So hit that subscribe and like button.
Very kind,
and
mate.
As always, Matt.
It's one and the same, mate. One and the same. Thank you for everybody for doing what you do for us as well. Do you know what I mean? It's much a privilege. And do you know what? I just bloody enjoyed chatting to you lot about football. Seriously.
Yeah.
Even if
lovely.
Even if it weren't channels, like I said about that 5-0 defeat at Liverpool, the best part about that whole day was going up with you guys and having a good time. So
good joke, good laugh.
Good joke, proper laugh, proper good laugh that day.
It was
a good laugh.
It's a strange experience to say the least.
Yeah.
And a horrible result. But everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. Take care. Have a pleasant weekend and go check out the Man United Agenda. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.
Thank you.